I hope you are all well. Welcome to the 24-hour Raedathon, 24-hour Raedathon even, which is a 24-hour readathon hosted by Jade from JD Reads. I'm so excited. I took part in the last one, I think, but whenever I do readathons, I very rarely take part in the full 24 hours because I am a sleepy gal, but I'm going to really try my best to do it this time. And if I don't, it will literally just be naps that I have rather than full-blown sleeps, because I always get so mad at myself. I always have really big plans and then get really mad at myself. So it's currently like 6:30 in the evening on Friday, but I just wanted to get this filmed in the daylight so that, you know, my vlog doesn't start off with really shit lighting, because that's usually a high possibility. And I wanted to tell you about the books I'm planning on reading. So I've decided to do a themed reading vlog for this. I'm really excited. I put up a poll on Twitter the other day. I will screenshot it and show it you here, the results and stuff. So my options were to do YA mystery thriller. I'm just really feeling mystery thriller at the moment. YA mystery thriller, adult mystery thriller, festive Christmas books, or contemporary romance. I think that was my other option. So I obviously put the poll up. You guys chose for me. I have just been really feeling like I want to read Christmas books and watch Christmas films. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because, you know, everyone's off work and it feels a little bit like the holidays even though it's not. I don't know. But anyway, as it turns out, YA mystery thriller won by the skin of its teeth. Adult mystery thriller was so close, and I wanted to really do that adult mystery thriller, but we're going to go with the YA because there's 2 books on here 100% that I'm so excited about reading. The other one I am looking forward to reading, but not as much. I don't hold high hopes for it, unfortunately, but it's a buddy read. So I have 3 books on here as options. So the first one is One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus. This is the second in the One of Us Is Lying series. This is like a whole series surrounding Bayview, which is a town, I think. So there's 2 Can Keep a Secret as well, but that's not part of this series. But I'm going to be buddy reading this with Siobhan. We were meant to buddy read it a couple months ago and we never got around to it. So we're both taking part in the readathon and we're both going to read this because I was looking for some more YA mystery thrillers. I was going to read 2 Can Keep a Secret because it's got less pages than this one, but Siobhan mentioned this one, so that's the one we're going to read. This is the one I don't have particularly high hopes for. I have heard extremely mixed things, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also, this was gifted by Hayley Chapman from the Paper Fairy 15, so thank you, Hayley, much appreciated. So yeah, I've got that one. Then I have The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which is the second in the Truly Devious series, so I'm hyped about reading this. I read Truly Devious a while ago, so I'm looking forward to continuing with the series because I absolutely loved it. I think I gave it 5 stars, so looking forward to continuing on with this series. I have the audio for this, so hopefully it shouldn't take me too long to get through. And then finally I have the audio for One of Us Is Next as well, which should really help me out. And then finally a non-audio book. This is going to be a physical read. This is kind of like the creme de la creme. This is the book that I wanted to read the YA books for. This one I'm super hyped for, but this one I'm extremely hyped for. I'm really excited for Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. This is the second in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So excited for this. This apparently is going to be a quartet, I believe. I've had a quick look on Goodreads to see how many are in the series, and this only just come out, the second one, but I've just read Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so super hyped to this. I know that Emily from A Little Writer M has just read this one, and I know a few other people have just read this one, absolutely loved it, so I cannot wait. So excited. But obviously with this being a physical read, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through this. I have noticed that my physical reading skills are a lot slower than my listening skills, so I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm hoping to get through all 3 of these. That would be awesome. But whatever I don't get through will carry it on into Sunday, in which I will then be doing a separate reading vlog. So I'm just going to do a reading vlog for the 24 hours of Raedathon, and then start a new reading vlog on Sunday morning, because this weekend is also a mini contemporary-a-thon weekend that is being hosted by Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads. So I wanted to take part in that as well. These will obviously count because they're all contemporary, even though they are mystery thrillers, they're not fantasy. But I have a selection of books for that anyway, because there are a couple prompts for the mini contemporary-a-thon. So that will be a vlog that I just do for Sunday, Monday, because it's bank holiday weekend. So yes, lots and lots of content. I was just going to do it as one whole reading vlog, but weekend reading vlog, but I wanted to give Raedathon its own reading vlog, you know, so why not? So yeah, really looking forward to reading these. I am hoping not to overdo myself with the mystery, with the thriller. Last time I did like a thriller reading vlog, it was for Thrillerathon, and I just read thrillers for a week and it put me in the biggest slump. Honestly, I'm still trying to get out of it. So I have been reading like a lot of contemporary romance because of that slump. I actually tripped over a trigger that I didn't realise I had until I was reading the thriller books that I read for that week. So I'm hoping that this won't be too bad. The fact that one, they are YA will really, really help, and two, the fact that they are mystery thriller will really, really help as well. Those were like, you know, psychological thrillers and, you know, horror thrillers. So that probably didn't help me. I don't tend to read a lot of thriller. If I do, it tends to be detective thriller or psychological thriller, but I'm getting really into my mystery thriller at the moment. So, but these are my plans for the, well, what will be the next 24 hours at midnight, which I will come back to and check in with you at that point, because now I'm just actually going to chill. I think I might binge on some not Netflix, YouTube. I'm gonna have some tea. I might even have like a little nap because I am tired and I want to get through the 24 hours. So I don't know, at like a 9:30, 10 o'clock, I might actually go up for a bit of a sleep for a couple of hours and then get up at like 11:30, ready for the 24 hours. That might be a good idea actually. Might mean less napping time tomorrow, because if I try and plough through now, I will want to nap tomorrow and it won't just be an hour long. I want to stay in bed all day. So yeah, I think that's what I might do. But anyway, this is what is happening. My plans for the 24-hour Raedathon. So excited, I can't wait. So yeah, I will check back in with you at midnight. Hello, it is 1:10 in the AM. So we're an hour in. I just took like a quick break for social media, and I made a start on A Good Girl, Bad Blood. So Jade started the readathon off with an hour-long reading sprint, which was great. So I literally did not touch my phone. All I did was just read for an hour. I didn't put this down, and I managed to get to page 60, chapter 7. So that's pretty good. I've just worked out that if I was to read 60 pages an hour, because I'm a nerd and I like stats, which is weird because I actually hate maths, but if I was to read 60 pages an hour, it would take me approximately 6-ish hours to get through this book. So first hour done, approximately 5 more hours to go. I don't think I'm probably gonna, it would be really nice to read this in one sitting and then it's done, and I've just got audiobooks for the rest of the day, so I don't need to, you know, concentrate too hard on physically reading, but like for the rest of the day. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. I'm just going to have to see how sleepy I get as the day goes on. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading some more of this. I mean, it would be nice to get halfway through before I actually put this down if I decide to do it that way, but I'm just gonna see. Let's roll with the punches and see what happens. So I'm gonna carry on with this.
Hello. I have a guest joining me. They will be here soon, hopefully. Hello to everyone. Hi Becca, hi Ashley, hi
Yay,
Gavin.
Gavin.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. I fell asleep. I had my shower. No, I didn't. I had my bath even. It was really good. It was a really nice bath. Really enjoyed it, but it was sending me to sleep. So I got out after about maybe 40 minutes and decided to have a lie down because I understand that mental well-being is important, and obviously I didn't get the chance to nap. Well, I did get the chance to, but I just didn't. I didn't nap beforehand, so I was like, right, okay, let's just do a couple of hours, it'll be fine. And it has been fine. It is currently, it's now 9 o'clock, but obviously I got up and got dressed. So everything's fine, it's fine. I just fell asleep at like 5:30 and woke up at 8:30. So I've done like 3 hours, but it's okay. I feel better other than my croaky voice. I just need some water. I put my fan on because it was really, really warm in my room, and it's like dried my eyes out and dried my throat out and give me a bit of a stuffy nose. So I'll be fine once I've had something to eat and drink. But yeah, I fell asleep. Full 24 hours fail, but still we're going to keep going. So let's do a 9 AM update on reading. I am fine. It's because I just woke up. Page 155. So I've still got this chunky bit to go. I think this actually is what I'm going to go back to. I did start listening to One of Us Is Next by Karen M. McManus in the bath, but strangely enough I was messaging Siobhan. She's listening to this, she's probably got through it now, but I was messaging Siobhan before I got in the bath saying that I'm not really in the mood for this. Kind of just chucked it on here because we were going to buddy read it earlier on in the year and we never did, and it was a YA mystery thriller, but I had others that I could have done, so I'm not really in the mood for this one. So I think for the time being, I mean, I managed to get to page 58 and I'm still not particularly in the mood for it. I went through the ratings on Goodreads and it's actually better than the second one apparently, according to the ratings on Goodreads. Lots of 4 or 5 stars on there, the odd 3 and less stars, but I think I'm going to shelve this for the time being today. I think I'm going to carry on with A Good Girl Bad Blood and then in a little bit pick up The Vanishing Stair, because I'm really excited about continuing with this. Not only that, but the third one, Hand on the Wall, is on my June TBR, so obviously it would be very useful if I could get through this. So I think that's going to be my aim. So if I get through those 2 today, I'll be really, really pleased. But obviously I will go back to this later if I'm feeling like I want to. There's just a lot of different people that we're following. They're all in first person. I don't know. I think it will be good, to be fair. I think I just need to be in the mood for it and I'm just not quite. So I don't know. Maybe I might be going later, but we'll see. But anyway, I need to get to reading. So I'm going to get myself some breakfast. Because obviously now is the time for breakfast rather than biscuits like I was eating at 3 AM. So I'm going to go and get some breakfast and clean up my mess from this morning. And get back to reading, I think. So let's do this. I don't know whether I want to physically read or listen to an audiobook for a little bit while I'm eating. Who knows? I put my headband on that I got from Fairy Loot, you know, the Ravenclaw, no, not Ravenclaw, the Raven Cycle headband. Do you like it? Quite like it actually. I love the colours on it, but I really wanted to match my jumper to it. Oh, my battery's dying. Really wanted to match my jumper to it, but I don't have any blue or pink jumpers, which is shocking. So we're just gonna wear black, all black everything. Black leggings, black jumper, black fluffy socks. It's an all black day. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. I'm not a functioning human being if I've not eaten my breakfast in the morning, so I'm gonna go and get some breakfast. I'll check back in with you when I've got an update for you. Midday, so we've got like 4 minutes left until the next live on Instagram, so I'm getting myself ready for that. But I just wanted to give you a 12-hour update because we're halfway through the readathon now. I haven't got through as much as I hoped I would because, well, one, because I fell asleep for 3 hours, but also because I keep jumping from book to book, which is not great. So I did manage 58 pages of One of Us Is Next, but obviously I've put that down for now. I am 177 pages through Good Girl Bad Blood, so I am still wanting to make progress with this afternoon. And then also I've made a start on The Vanishing Stair, so I'm currently 49 pages through this. So during the live, I think I'm going to carry on with the should I carry on with The Vanishing Stair? Do you know what, actually, I think during the live, I think I'm going to carry on with Good Girl Bad Blood. And then, this is the problem, I keep jumping from thing to thing, and it's not good because they're all the same genre. So normally it doesn't bother me, you know, if I'm jumping from a fantasy to a contemporary romance to a thriller, it doesn't usually bother me. But to jump from 3 different YA thrillers, I'm struggling a little bit, so I just need to be a bit careful, keep doing that. But I think during the live I will jump back into this. I want to at least try and get halfway through this because at the moment I'm still not, so I would really like to get at least halfway through this. Maybe if I could jump back into it and really get into it without being distracted, I can make another dent in it, get another 100 pages or so, but we'll see. Obviously I won't get 100 pages through the live, but it will be good to get a decent amount through the live. And then after the live, if I don't get sucked back into this and want to sit here and, you know, bash out 100 pages or something without being distracted by YouTube, because I've finished watching Brittany's video and then I've just watched one of Chelsea's reading my rainbow backlist videos. So I watched the orange one, I really enjoyed it. I just wanted like a 30-minute break from reading, not that I've been reading loads, but anyway, if I don't fall straight back into this and want to read like 100 pages, which I'm hoping I do, I will pick this back up and then actually do some stuff. I think if I can't, you know, sort of sit and like physically read this for an hour or two, I need to wander around the house and do some bits. So I've got a pile of pots that need washing. I'm really behind because my mental health's been fucking shit this week, so I'm really behind on, you know, just the house being tidy in general. So I've got a pile of pots that need washing, I've got a pile of washing that needs to go away, I've got a pile of washing in the dryer at the moment, I've got a pile of washing that needs to go in the washing machine, so, but not enough for it to be a full stack, so I need to, you know, hunt around the house and see if there's anything else. So I've got bits I can be tidying up while listening to an audiobook, so I think that's what I'm going to do. It'll keep me busy, it will help me fly through this a lot quicker than just sitting here and following it with the book. It's great, I'm enjoying it, it's really, really good. This is obviously the second in the Truly Devious series, and we are jumping straight back in following Stevie. Funnily enough, this is the second book that this week I found my name in. I had no idea, and I just can't remember whether or not it was mentioned in Truly Devious that Stevie's name is actually Stephanie. I don't think it was. I'm sure she was introduced to us as Stevie Bell, but in this one it mentions it straight away that she's Stevie, but that she's actually Stephanie. Stevie's just a nickname. I had no idea that you could use Stevie as a nickname for Stephanie, because there was a girl in my school called Stevie and she was one of my friends, and I had no idea that obviously her name wasn't Stephanie, it was just Stevie. But yeah, I had no idea. So this is the second book in the last 2 weeks that I've found with my name in it. Before that, I've never found a book with my name in it. Obviously I've read Twilight, so I've read books with authors who have my name, but even that's spelt differently, because Stephanie Meyer spells hers S-T-P-H-E-N-I-E, whereas mine is S-T-P-H-A-N-I-A-N-I-E. Sometimes I wonder how you actually spell Stephanie. I write it down and I'm like, that doesn't look right, because I just go by Steph. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, she's called Stephanie. I had no idea. So yeah, we're just continuing on to follow Stevie from the very, very end of Truly Devious. I can't really tell you exactly what's happening in this, because it literally follows the events from Truly Devious, which would spoil the end of Truly Devious. So I can't really tell you what's going on, because it would spoil it for you. You'd be like, well, why? So sorry. This will be the case with most of these, because they are the next in a series. Obviously all of these are the second in the series, so can't really tell you a great deal about them other than how I'm feeling about the book. But yeah, loving it so far. It's good to be back at Ellingham Academy and back with Stevie and seeing what's going to happen next. So looking forward to this one, actually. Looking forward to this one a lot more than I have been this one, but we'll see how this goes. So 12 hours and I'm late for the live, so let's do this. Okay, it is 2:15 in the afternoon. I am a bit further on with Good Girl Bad Blood. I want to call it Good Girl Guide to Murder. I am tired, guys, tired. Okay, so I'm a bit further on with this. I carried on reading after I finished with the live. So I ended on page 191 at the end of the live, and then read that much. So I'm on page 254 now. I'm here. I'm well over halfway. So I'm going to carry on with that a bit later on. I think what I'm going to do now is I have got some chores to do, which would be nice to sort of, you know, get me up off the sofa and get some stuff done. So I'm going to listen to The Vanishing Stair whilst doing those. I'm going to pop my Urbanista headphones in and do the washing up, sort the washing out, and take some Bookstagram pictures and also some pictures for thumbnails for my upcoming vlogs. I have just had my Bookbox Club has just turned up. Apologies for the mess. Bookbox Club has turned up, so I've just recorded my unboxing. Oh god, my unboxing for that. The book for it is immense. I would show you, but obviously spoilers, so it's going to be a couple of weeks, I think, before I will put the vlog up for that, because I don't want to spoil it for other people. I know that they are sending them out. For example, I know that some people only just got the Fairy Loot box for April, so was it for April or for March? So yeah, I don't want to spoil people too much, so yeah, it's going to be a bit until I upload that vlog, but I always like to try and take my Instagram pictures while it's in my brain, because then I end up splitting these things up. Like, the book goes on the shelf, the other stuff that comes in the box will go in its places, like its homes. So yeah, I need to go, and I'm really wobbly with this because you're still on your stand. I'm gonna go and tidy up for a bit and listen to some of this, and I will keep you posted on my updates. Hello. Okay, we're in the kitchen. I needed a change of scenery. I also need to stand up. My legs are aching from being sat down for too long. So my knees are aching, sorry, you know, from being curled up on the sofa. It's 9 p.m. It's 3 hours of the readathon left, and I've just finally finished a fucking book. Here's the thing, I have been an anxious wreck. I've been an anxious wreck all week. And I had made the decision earlier on in the week that I wanted to do like a themed vlog for this 24-hour readathon, and I wanted to read some thrillers, mystery thrillers, because I was really in the mood for them. Now, on that basis, what I really should have done this morning, well, before I even picked my TBR, what I wanted to read, I should have checked in with myself and just made sure that that would be okay to literally solely read thrillers for like a whole day. What I should have probably done is maybe read a thriller and then picked some contemporary romance for the rest of the day. So I have found that I have been really easily distracted. I've not been picking the book up as much as I was before I had my nap at 5:30 this morning, because I'm enjoying myself, I'm enjoying the books I'm reading, I'm having good fun with them despite the topics, despite that they are mystery thrillers. I'm just struggling because I'm anxious. So for me, the last thing I need to be reading when I'm anxious is thrillers or horrors. Sometimes even fantasy I struggle with when I'm anxious. I literally just need contemporary books, mostly romance, nothing heavy, just something I can blast through that might have me laughing, a rom-com, or it's just really easy and I'll sit there and I'll go, oh, or I might cry because it's cute, but nothing that's too heavy, nothing that will take me, you know, brain power to get through, which unfortunately thrillers take brain power. So I have been dipping in and out of my books all day and I've only just finished something, which I'm so frustrated about. And I should have really clocked this earlier. I only clocked this about an hour ago, but I should have clocked it earlier in the day. I texted Siobhan about it and I said, I know what's up. She went, what? Because I've been texting her all day saying, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm dipping in and out of Bookstagram, dipping in and out of BookTube, and I can't concentrate and I don't know what's up with me. Text her earlier about an hour ago saying I know what it is because I'm anxious. So she said to me at that point, are you going to switch your TBR about? And I said, it's pointless now. For the sake of 4 hours, it's absolutely pointless. I'm just going to carry on. Wanted to finish this, so I've managed to finish this, which is great. I've given it 5 stars. I can't really tell you what happens in this because it's the second in a series. Something that I've found I really enjoy about reading the next in a series is that I don't have to explain what happened, because I'm shit at it, and I don't enjoy doing it because I'm shit at it. I need to get better, but because it's the next in a series, I don't need to explain it because it could spoil the first win. So 5 stars, by the way. I've given this 5 stars. I loved it. It was great. I gave Truly Devious 5 stars. This has got 5 stars, and I think Hand on the Wall is on my June TBR, so, you know, predicting 5 stars. But I'm really glad I'm sort of getting to the point where I'm finishing the series. So it's 9 o'clock now. Well, it's probably about 3 minutes past 9 now, but I need to decide what to do with the last 3 hours of the night. So I still have Good Girl Bad Blood. I'm on page 254 of this, and there are 413 pages in here. So quick maths, that's 100 and just shy of 150 pages. I think it's like 148 or 149 pages. Is that correct? 160, something like that. So I think I'm just gonna try and get through this, but if I'm struggling, rather than be distracted by BookTube and waste this time, I think what I then might do, because it would be really nice to finish 2 books, because I had the aim of 3 thrillers, and obviously I've struggled, but it would be really nice to finish 2 books today, because it's like been almost a whole 24 hours, literally, apart from the 3 hours of sleep which I had. It will have been like 21 hours, not of solid reading, because obviously I've been fucking bailing on my reading and watching BookTube. I've been binging Chelsea Dolling Reads videos, so it would be really nice to finish 2 books. So if I do end up struggling with this and finding that I'm putting it down, or I'm not getting sick of it by any means, I'm actually really enjoying it, but because I'm anxious, I'm struggling. So if I do find that that's an issue for me, I think I'm going to pick this up, which is Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, an introvert story by Debbie Tung. This is a graphic novel. It's not very long, and I have seen this about recently, like quite a bit, but I saw it on Jacqueline's booktube channel recently, We Be Booking, she read this and she really loved it. She said that it was basically her in a book, so I decided I wanted to get it. This author has a few others as well. She's got a new one coming out pretty soon, I think June or July, so I really want to read this. I think it'll be really nice. I think it might be nice and relaxing, so I think I might even pick this up anyway if I get to the end of this. Probably, if that's the case, it probably won't be as part of the Raedathon, but because we'll probably be past midnight if I do manage to read the rest of this. But I will probably try and read this anyway, just as a, you know, palate cleanser and help me be able to get to sleep. I am a scaredy cat. This is the problem. I don't read thrillers a lot, so when I do, I tend to binge them, and it's probably not good for me because this happens and I get anxious, even more anxious, and then I end up slumpy, and it's not good for me. I shouldn't do it. What I should do is just read them every now and then, you know, dip in and out like a normal human being. But no, I decide I want to binge thrillers. I have another one on my TBR for tomorrow. I had 2 on my TBR for tomorrow, and I was going to add a third, but I've taken the other 2 off because I just can't do it. But one of them is for a book club, so I need to read it really. I really want to as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to aim to try and finish this, and if not, I will go into this. But either way, I think I'm going to try and read this anyway before I go to sleep tonight, because it will help try and clear my head a little bit and help me go to sleep without keeping myself awake, because I'm a bit of a fairy. Today has been a struggle, guys. I've had a really good time. I think I'm just frustrated with myself. This is the other problem now. There was literally a book in here. Okay, so there's the anxiety rep in here is absolutely brilliant. It was in the first book as well. Stevie really struggles with anxiety, and boy do I feel it. But there was a quote in here that she says, and it's so much of anxiety was anxiety about having anxiety. Boy, is that true. I've been really struggling this week in general with my anxiety. I've been feeling really ill, sick, like somebody's standing on my chest constantly, and I've been crying. It's just not been a good week for me in general. There have been days when I felt better. Monday, Tuesday was shit. Wednesday was really good. Thursday was like 50-50. And yesterday again was probably 50-50. Today, this, like, when I started the readathon, I was really good. Like, I was so excited. I'd not read a thriller in ages, and I was really hyped about these books. But then I went and had that nap at 5:30. I just don't know if it was a mistake. I mean, it's helped me get through the day, but I just felt on edge since then. So yeah. I've been having anxiety in general, then I've been having anxiety about the books, then I've been having anxiety about the books I've picked and the books I should have picked, because I've been looking around the room at the other books I could have picked, and the books I need to read, and the books I should have picked, the NetGalley books I could have picked that would have been a lot easier to get through, and it's just built up to the point that I've probably gone from like anxiety to being like down here to about up here. Like, a reading should not be like this, do you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna give myself like 15 minutes of just breathing and just maybe like a quick 15-minute meditation or something, sort my head out, and then pick this up. Just walked right across from the living room into the kitchen, and my knee and my hip have clicked every single time I've lifted them. Oh, that hurt. It is, I hope you can see this, minus the notifications, literally 42 minutes past 11, and I've just finished Good Girl, Bad Blood. Woo, that was a ride. Once I'd calmed down after my little rant earlier, I was fine and I was flying through this. I even sort of not timed myself, but you know, set an alarm for an hour later to see how many pages I could read in an hour. The answer was 69, and then I had 91 pages left, so that was like 10:15. So yeah, I nailed it. This was amazing. The majority of the way through this, I thought it was going to be a 4-star. I love Holly's writing. It's fantastic. I'm obsessed with Pip. I just love this. It was so good. And then the last 50 pages, it's always the same, isn't it, with a thriller? the last like 50 pages are either going to be hit or miss for you, and they're going to either give it an extra star depending on how good it was all the way through, or you know, can knock a star off or knock a couple stars off. It can make all the difference, the ending on a thriller. And this ending, I cannot believe I have to wait another year now for the next book. I'm devastated. But wow, that's intense. I tell you what, Pip doesn't half put herself through some shit. Jesus Christ. So the first book, I'll explain it tomorrow, I'll do a full wrap up, but I gave it 5 stars in the end. It was amazing, absolutely fantastic. I am knackered. I am now ever so slightly back on edge again, not as much as I was before, but I am back on edge a little bit again because of how this ended. And I was reading it in the dark, and do you know what's really bad for me? I leave the blinds open in the dark, and obviously because I live on a main road, people do walk past or cars go past, or you know, I see shadows in the window and stuff, and I really need to learn to shut my blinds because I am a scaredy cat and I do live on my own, so I do need to be, you know, shut my blinds and just be vigilant. Anywho, I finished it. 2 books. I'm gonna go. I will wrap this up tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna go up to bed and read that graphic novel I was mentioning earlier, because I need something to just mellow me out before I try and go to sleep after reading this and The Vanishing Stair earlier. They're by no means scary, but especially this, Holly Jackson really knows how to set a scene. Like, she can easily shit you up, you know. It's not a horror, obviously, it's just a YA mystery thriller, but fucking hell, she knows how to, you know, really set the scene and make it eerie and have you on edge. Oh God. Right, I'm gonna go read a graphic novel and go to bed. I will wrap this up in the morning because I'm bloody knackered. Can't believe I've managed to finish 2 books after pretty much having a meltdown earlier. But yeah, I'm gonna go. Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today is Monday and I just thought I would wrap up the Raedathon vlog. I'm just about to edit it now, so I completely forgot to do a wrap up yesterday. In fact, to be fair, you will see my little mini weekend TBR, no, vlog. You'll see my mini weekend vlog go up later on this week, and I spent all day in bed yesterday, so reading. So I didn't wrap this up because I didn't look very good yesterday. So I'm gonna wrap it up today. So let me tell you what I read during Jade's 24-hour Raedathon. I didn't read as much as I was hoping to. I made the mistake really of picking books that make me anxious while I was already anxious, if that makes sense. So I haven't been having, I apologise for the state of my face, it's a little bit of a mess. I haven't been having the best week last week. I hadn't been having the best week last week. I was very, very anxious. I still am, to be honest. I can feel it underneath, under my skin, trying to get out. But yeah, it wasn't a great week for me last week, and I made the decision to read YA mystery thrillers, which I'm glad about in a way, but also at the same time it was probably a mistake. I should have stuck with contemporary romance, because that's literally the only thing I can read when I'm feeling like this. So it made me even more anxious, which then in turn meant that I was finding myself very distracted. I was watching more booktube, I was napping, I was doing anything I could just to get away from reading. So I managed to finish 2 books, which is great, to be perfectly honest, considering I didn't get to One of Us Is Next, which was the other book that I wanted to get to, but I managed to finish 2 books, and they were The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which I gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed this, it was really good. This is the second in the Truly Devious series, so I can't really tell you what happens in this. This is what I love about reading sequels, you can't really say what happens. This basically follows a girl called Stevie she goes to a prestigious school called Ellingham Academy, where like the really, really clever kids go. She wants to be a detective. She's like 17, 18 I think, and there is like this really, really ancient story about a girl who went missing at Ellingham Academy, and I think there was a murder as well or something, and Stevie wants to solve the crime. That's what happens in Truly Devious, and then The Vanishing Stair follows that straight on from Truly Devious. So I can't tell you anything that happens because it would ruin the end of Truly Devious, but it was great. I really enjoyed it. I'm so excited to read Hand on the Wall, which is actually on my June TBR as well, so really looking forward to finishing this series off and rounding it out. It was really good. And then I read Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the second in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. This is going to be a quartet, so there's going to be 4 in the series, so the next one comes out next year and the third one in 2022. So I am so gutted I have to wait a whole year for the next book of this series. Honestly, my favourite book of the year so far has been The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I am obsessed with it. It's really, really good. And then I read Undercover Bromance, which is the second in the Bromance Book Club series, and I'm obsessed with that book. It may top The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo because it's fantastic. I just love it so much. And then I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Unnecessary. Motorbike. Then I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I loved, and then I read this, and I think this is the second time, is this the second time this year now that the sequel has actually probably been slightly better than the first book for me. So I loved this. I gave it 5 stars. If I could give it 6, I would. If I could give it 1,000,000, I would. This was, I liked this more than A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Not that I didn't like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because I fucking loved it, but I like this just, you know, a smidge more, and there's a good chance that this might be my favourite book of the year so far. Followed extremely closely by Undercover Bromance and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just love this. So again, can't tell you what happens in this because, well, I semi-can actually. So in the first book, we are following Pip, who is, again, she's about 17, I think. She's in college, and she has to do this, is it an EPQ? It's like an end of year, end of college sort of subject where you get to pick a subject matter to kind of investigate and go into. So again, she wants to sort of be a detective, and she wants to investigate an incident that happened 5 years ago where a girl at her school called Andy Bell went missing, and it was thought that her boyfriend Sal Singh killed her and buried her, and then he killed himself. So she wants to investigate that because she doesn't believe that Sal actually did it. So with the help of Sal's brother Ravi, she ends up doing this investigation, and an investigation ensues, and it was a really, really great book. So this one follows straight off from the back of that book again, so it follows straight on. And in this one, I nearly called the Stevie, Pip is this is why you shouldn't read 2 many thrillers at once, like at the same time. I was reading both of these at the same time throughout the day, so I would switch between the 2, which probably was not a good idea. So in this one, Pip then starts, she's sort of wanted to get out of the detective game because of things that happened in the first book, and she ends up, one of her friends, Connor, asks her for help because his brother Jamie has gone missing. Now Jamie is the sort of guy, he's 24, 26 I think, and he's the sort of guy that will go missing for days on end and not contact his family and then just come back. But his brother is under the impression that something else, something sinister is going on, and his mum thinks so as well. His dad Arthur not so much, and she ums and ahs, she wasn't going to do it, but she knows Jamie and Connor really well. They're really good friends of hers, and she's grown up with them from being kids, and she ends up helping them out. Now this takes a lot, I mean the first book, to be fair, took a really sinister turn for a YA book, but this again took a really sinister turn, and I was really shocked at the turn that it took, but it was just so good. And I'm obsessed with it. I highly recommend you pick this up. Don't pick it up before you've picked up A Good Girl's Guide to Murder though, for God's sake. But it was fantastic, absolutely loved it. I'm obsessed with Victor, Pip's dad. Well, essentially stepdad, but she calls him dad. He's just fantastic, I just think he's great. So yeah, and I love Pip and Ravi. I just think they're so good. I love this, just pick it up, it's great. You will want to punch yourself in the face at the end though, because you have to wait another year for the next book. But yeah, obsessed with Holly Jackson's writing. She really knows how to, you know, stick the bejesus up you when it's the middle of the night and you're reading what you think is a YA thriller. It is a YA thriller, it just scares the shit out of you. I'm a scaredy cat. But yeah, I finished 2 books, both 5 stars. So great weekend, had such a good time, it was fantastic, and yeah, I was absolutely buzzing. So yay. So I am going to finish this up here. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I don't know what happened, but I must have got really giddy with the camera because I've got so many clips. I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping a lot of it, you know, is just like for aesthetics, that I could just stick some music over, but god, this is going to be a pain to edit. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like down below if you have. I would really appreciate it. Another motorbike. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I would really appreciate it, and I shall see you next time. Bye for now.